Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday.
Good morning, everyone.
Let me check over on X, make sure everything.
And watch what I do.
Making sure everyone can see me and hear me over there, since that's where most people are coming from.
Let me check over on X.
It looks like it's working. Put a little GM here in the chat to make sure that works. Looks like everyone can hear me. Yes, we got a Wednesday. Market just opened. I'm going to lose my little picture-in-picture thing here, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's see. Pull this down a little more, make it fit the screen even better. Yeah, so interesting. The futures were looking kind of bad, and then looking a little better. Then now they opened up down a little bit, but not as bad as they were looking overnight, to be honest with you. We had the CPI, Consumer Price Index, come out today, the inflation numbers. And right before that, man, it was really bad. The NASDAQ was like down 1.68 or 4, I saw at one point. Anyway, it opened up. Then it came all the way down. Looked like it was going to open up about 0.5. Anyway, looks like it actually opened up at down about 0.91. So not great by any means, but not as bad as it looked. The Dow Jones down 0.63, S&P down 0.69. Take a look over at Bitcoin. First crypto bubbles here. Yeah, mostly red, a little bit of green there on a few things. Hey, Coach Master, GM, good friend from X, longtime friend, coming at me from YouTube, which is great. I appreciate that. Definitely helps my algorithm, since I have so few followers over on YouTube. Helps out, so appreciate that. Good to see you. Longtime listener of the GM Bitcoin Morning Show that I've been doing for almost 5 years now, over 4 years anyway. Anyway, Bitcoin 61,707, down 0.8 for the day. But if you look at it, we got all the way down almost 1,000 points below this. So it was looking bad overnight. So we did a little better. If you look at it on the hourly, you see we definitely popped up a little bit. Close to we got 62,448 was our high. But anyway, coming back. Hey, Artie, GM, same thing. Another longtime friend and listener for years and years over on X, coming at me on YouTube. I think that's definitely going to help me do a little better on YouTube as we crank out our content. More people find out about us. Been here for 15 years. Kind of seen it, done it all. Trying to bring you a main purpose of the show is really to let you know all the news that happened overnight when you're sleeping and everything on the macro side of the world and the traditional stock market side. I don't really invest in stock market. I did run a public company for almost 10 years. Bought my first stock when I was 6 years old. So I've been investing in the markets a long time, but I'm not a professional over there. And I really don't do almost anything over there, but we have to look at it because we're influenced it. And right now we're looking pretty good. If you look at the hourly chart, look at that. We're actually running a little. So I'll take that for sure. That's very, very, very welcome. So Ethereum. Let's look at the daily chart. So we'll jump to the hourly charts. 1649, down 1% for the day. If we look at the hourly chart, also up, moving up well. So that's great. XRP, $1.12.6, down 2.5% for the day. But once again, if we look at the hourly, we see we're kind of popping off those lows. So love to see that. Solana, we're looking at $64.90, down 1.2% for the day. Once again, on the hourly, up significantly. So up almost a dollar since, like I say, before the inflation data came out, looking really bad. So Well, let's jump into some of the news. I mean, obviously, fear and greed at 9, extreme fear. I think that's about right. I mean, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of talk, a lot of bearishness, a lot of talk that we're going lower, yada, yada, yada. We shall see what really happens, but people are very bearish out there. A lot of uncertainty in the war, though there's starting to maybe come to a little bit of a conclusion. We'll talk about some of the news. But yeah, fear and greed, 9, extreme fear, not surprising. Just let me tell you, though, historically, when you buy, and listen, can we go down? I showed you Jason Williams' theory yesterday about the, I think the real light was it the, what did he call it? The realized price, which is basically the average of everything everyone's paid, is around 53. And usually in a bear market, we hit that. But my main indicator is the 200-week moving average. We're right there now. It's at about 62,000. If we go to Bitcoin here, we're right there at this. We're kind of using that as support, right? We don't want to close below that, or we could elevate her down some more. But that's what I'm using. Can we go lower? Absolutely. Just so you know, nobody definitively knows. Watch the people you trust. Come up with your best thing. Best way is probably always to dollar cost average, to be honest with you. But fear and greed at 9, that's about right. So listen, let's give you a little, let's go back 24 hours. Apache helicopter goes down. The U.S. used a new drone boat to save them. They both guys survive, I think. Then come to find out that it was shot down, I think, by a Iranian drone. So some retaliatory strikes, and then they retaliated, tried to strike, I think, Kuwait, an air base there. So this is what we're calling a ceasefire in today's world. Anyway, Trump's starting to get pissed. He put this out today on True Social. Iran's military complete and total mess. Much of it, like their Navy and Air Force, don't even exist anymore. They have been completely defeated. Iran is all talk and no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal that would have been great for them. Now they'll have to pay the price. President Donald J. Trump. He's getting pressure. It's not working well for him. He doesn't feel like they're sincere. It's just really confusing. It's hurting his credibility. It's hurting his time frame. It's hurting the economy. It's hurting the world's economy. Inflation going crazy. So we'll see. But that's where we are today. That's where we are today. Our guy, Gary Cardone, using the new X respond to kind of talking heads. This has been made famous by TikTok. I use it every day on TikTok. Anyway, he just kind of said he thinks it's going lower, and he'd like to buy 1,000 Bitcoin if it gets down to 55,000, and it could push it down to 38. He's just saying what a lot of people are, but he got a lot of hate for it. Whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. But he follows me on X. We spend on a lot of spaces together and stuff. Him and his brother Grant. Some good guys. They're newer. They don't know everything. I mean, I don't buy all their takes. I've been here for 15 years. I wouldn't proceed to go and think I could tell them about real estate. They're not going to probably a couple years in real estate. I'd probably still, don't know as much as they do, obviously doing it their whole lives. I've been here for 15 years. So, but they are, Grant's been on the equity side, on the TradFi side, even more so than his brother. He has done more stuff. Grant obviously exclusively real estate, but these guys know how to raise money and they know how funding works. Anyway, getting a little hate for thinking it's going to go lower, but there's a lot of bears out there. I don't even think he's bearish. I just think he's saying, hey, I think I can get some lower. It could go lower, and he's right. Not necessarily will it. Nobody knows. Like if I was going to buy 1,000 Bitcoin, I'd probably buy at least a couple hundred of them at this price, just because it may not go back, may not go down to these levels people think it, even though, it may not. This could literally be the bottom. But no sense throwing hate at someone if it doesn't. The CFTC is reportedly preparing new prediction market rules that will allow the most sports event contracts while retaining authority to block markets deemed vulnerable to manipulation. So some new rules coming out there. A new thing. These prediction markets are new things. So there's going to be some different regulation. It's going to be a process. Japan's PPI rose to 6.3 year over year. Expectations were 5.5. So their inflation is going up higher than they thought. So, yeah. Hey, Steph, GM Steph from Belgium. I'm going to talk World Cup predictions here in a minute. Steph, of course, the Heine community official TA guy. Obvious. I was on. He does a space. I think 3 days a week too. I think I'm not actually sure exactly what days because there was one yesterday. I thought it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but it might be Tuesday, Thursday. But he does a noon space, noon Eastern. But anyway, follow Steph Crypto, STEF Crypto. He and I are talking. We're going to play with a little copy trading and stuff on our BitUnex. Maybe do some stuff there. Really good TA guy. Obviously, we're talking World Cup and all that. Something that we don't get that excited about. I only, most Americans don't even know it's happening, to be honest with you. But, I, of course, have so many friends all over the world here. We talk about it. So it definitely shows interest. Spain, your favorites. Well, I'm going to show you I think that's it. Yeah, I think Spain. Yeah, I looked at some statistics here and wrote them down. Yeah, we'll get to that slide. I think they chose Spain as well. We'll talk about that, and you guys can let me know what you think. But SpaceX expected to create 4,000 millionaires. A lot of the employees, obviously, probably every employee there, right? Is going to be a millionaire. So that's cool. My really good friend, one of my best friends, I think his birthday today, I'm going to call him. His son-in-law and daughter both work there. So, yeah, they're going to make crazy money. So happy for that. I don't know if I'm getting in now. I am going to vote long-term. I'm definitely going to own it, but it's just really hard to know which way these IPOs, kind of like when a token launches on big Binance or something. Sometimes they can pump and dump. Sometimes buy the rumor, sell the news. Long-term, I'm never going to vote against him, but I don't know if I'm going to get on the IPO or not. But definitely I'd like to own some long-term for sure. FBI has officially launched Operation Riptide, a major crackdown targeting the infrastructure behind crypto fraud, ransomware, and cyber crime networks. Instead of focusing only on wallet seizures, the operation will target laundering networks, crypto cash out routes, mixing services, and anonymizing tools used by cyber criminals. The move comes as American reportedly lost $13.3 billion to crypto scams last year. It's crazy, man. So yeah, they're going to come that hard. With regulation will come more enforcement, more clarity. Circle. Today, they minted another 250 million USDC on Solana. But look, we've been talking about this almost every day. For the week, last 7 days, 3.75 billion. That's a lot for the Solana chain. This is why I like Solana. I mean, most stable coins are definitely over on Ethereum, and shout out to Ethereum, but it seems like more and more are going to Solana because of the fast nature, cheap, and just more adoption. That's why I'm betting on Solana. I think Solana is absolute steal at these levels. But anyway, yeah, looking good. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So U.S. inflation data released. It's really bad. CPI jumped to 4.2. Well, that's true, but I believe it's just was within expectations. But anyway, it's the highest level in 3 years. But that was along with expectation. And realize this is like half of what it was under Biden. So anyone who thinks that it's talk about Trump, it was the worst in 40 years. It was absolutely crushing. But core was a little better, but anyway, yeah, the war is definitely hurting it. Oil prices, Trump's got to get that under control. Yeah, Trump. This came out too right before, just this morning. Trump says he's close to ordering new strikes on Iranian power plants and bridges. I think if they're going to go in, it's going to be 10 days to 2 weeks. So I think that's the only amount of time they feel like they can wiggle under this current wars power thing. So you notice every time they strike, they say it was defensive. So I think it, I feel like Trump's getting impatient. And this back and forth is embarrassing. I mean, they knocked down a Apache helicopter. 2 Americans. They're lucky they weren't hurt. Then he bombs them, and then they put a bunch of bombs. We've been seeing all these bombs on Kuwait and stuff like that, military bases. So luckily for them, no one's been killed yet. But yeah, it's embarrassing. Right? It looks like a joke. So Trump, I think this thing's going to come to a head. Okay, here's the World Cup predictions from Rand Group. Here it is. Steph, just like you said, we talked about it yesterday. In fact, it was either in the Heine space with Scott space in the morning or later. I don't remember which one it was, but we were talking about it. I had no idea. I honestly had no idea who the favorites were. And it was, it's Spain, looks like 16.1%. We've got, hold on, I'm messing with trying to get my video back up on X here. Yeah, Spain, 16.1%, France, 13%, England, 11.2%, Argentina, 10.4%, Portugal, 7%. So, yeah, Steph, I think you called it, as we talked about yesterday. Man, I might even have been in the GM space, actually. But I'm just starting to get caught up. But anyway, it starts tomorrow. Guess it goes for 6 weeks. So, we'll be interested to see. I'll watch. I watch them when I'm working out. They play them at the gym. I don't even own a TV, to be honest with you. Haven't watched TV since I was a teenager, to be honest with you. But I'll watch some clips, and they watch it at the gym. They run it at the gym when I'm there. Obviously, they run all the World Cup games. So there's you know what? There's a sandwich shop that has them too. I remember last time, a couple years ago when I was watching it, I went to the sandwich shop to watch a couple of the finals. So I like Portugal. I like Ronaldo. We'll see if he can come back. One of my favorite countries, Spain. Of course, my family's originally from Spain on my grandma's side. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to probably be voting for Spain, Portugal. I'm not going to vote for France or England. Sorry, guys. Definitely going to be voting for Spain and Portugal. And Belgium, of course, Steph. Belgium. Kathy Wood said Bitcoin will follow gold to new highs in 26. Bitcoin will outperform gold. If we look at it, I think I have a thing here. Gold's hitting there. Yeah. Gold and silver especially fell to their lowest 2026. Gold has dropped 23%. Silver 45%. Same with these AI stocks. That's what I'm saying. Buy Bitcoin when it's out of favor. The 3 largest banks in Japan are planning to jointly launch a stable coin by March. That'll be good for them. It'll obviously be yen denominated. Big move on there. And here's the outflows for yesterday. Bitcoin had 77.44. ETH had 40.85 million. Solana had 794,000 positive. XRP 7.44 million. With that, let's take a last look at the not a ton of news today, but let's look at actually I'll refresh this, but looks like things are getting a lot better. We've got NASDAQ. Yeah, things are looking a little better here, so that's good. 0.26. Like I say, the futures, I literally saw them a couple hours ago. We were literally looking at they were as bad as they were looking at 1.64, I think, or 1.68. So now down 0.4, 0.43, 0.32. So not too bad, kind of sideways. And we'll check back on Bitcoin. 62,102. So, oh no, even better than that. 62,339. Yeah, looking, up 61, almost about 1,500 points from the worst of this morning. Look at that. Yeah, looking great. It's up almost 1% since we started the show. Market open. I'll take that. So, yeah, not a horrible day. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Trump. We're using that. We're still back above the 200-week moving average. Could we go low? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Scott from Heineken, Scott runs the morning space, checking in from YouTube. Appreciate it. It's got to be helping my YouTube because I don't have any followers over there. Well, I have like 110 now. So thank you guys. Let's look, man. I run this show off my computer. X sucks so bad on my laptop that I tried to queue up the latest Ankita video, and it literally doesn't show. I'll literally show you right now. I'll pull up X. We got a little extra time this morning, and we'll pull up Green Man. I'll show you. It's weird. I don't know why it's like X is so bad on the desktop. So we'll pull up our guy Green Man. Yeah, because I wanted to show his latest video. I noticed our guy Jason Williams liked or retweeted a couple. Yeah, so go Green Man Reports. This is a original content developer who we've been supporting his token. So here's Green Man. Great original content. And look, no, his latest video isn't even on here. Here's one he did over the weekend to him and Jason I Williams Ape. But the newest one, yeah, it's just so stupid. I mean, I don't even see hardly any of his newer videos. None of them. See, it makes no sense. They're so bad. And those are posts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, I'd like to show you some, but his content is killer. Anyway, that's why I don't. But let's look at it. Yeah, 82,000. We found it on our show at 3,000. It's been all the way up to over 200. Even yesterday, we can see it was about 120. But what happened is his token was around about a month before we got involved. I think 25 days to be exact. And what happened is, and it's Unkita, UNCKITA, kind of making fun of the Unk meme that the kids are using, especially and then Inkita, the guy who runs X for Elon. So Unkita is the token. But yeah, so there's a bunch of big holders, and we've kind of been buying it up and getting on friendly hands. And every time it pumps, yesterday we had someone who was holding 3.5%. Dump it all the way down to, how low did it go? All the way down to 73,000. Now it's back to 82,000. But yeah, you get these holders, right? In fact, if we look at the holders, you look at the top holders. Of course, the top wallet there, of course, is the it's hard to see. Yeah, the top wallet there is my laptop's blocking. Top wallet's the liquidity pool, 5%. Green Man head up for a year, and then we start to see there's a 3% wallet, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%, whatever. Some of these bigger wallets, but a 3% wallet full clip yesterday, got out, which is fine. They made some money, tanked the chart. This is the process it takes because the chart can't go up with too many people that aren't in it for the long term. So as we push his content and stuff, yeah, it's not on there, Scott. It does not work. It literally does not work on my, it literally does not, well, I'm already off it, but it literally does not work on my desktop, on my laptop. It's just horrible. But yeah, go check it out. Green Man Reports on your phone and you can see it. But yeah, I don't even know how to, even if I go to mine, let's see if I can find it through, because we do have a few extra minutes here, a couple minutes to mess with it. I'd love people to be able to see it. It's awesome. Awesome content, man. It's so good. And you know what's funny? His latest one is about Independence Day. And what's funny is I'm going to go to mine. I'm going to go to my profile if I can and see if you can see where I've retweeted it. But that Independence Day was filmed in Utah. I had a bunch of friends in it, in that movie. I'm going to see if I retweeted it here and show you. It's such a cool video. There's Mr. Heine's thing. I retweeted this. What's the ticker? But yeah, it's so messed up. I can't believe how bad. Can't believe how bad. Let's see if we can go to Shabbat and then go to. It's just so hard to find. It just literally does not show. No matter what, right? It doesn't show his videos. So frustrating how bad the desktop works. I have no idea why it would be. Apocalyptic Ape is, of course, our guy Jason I. Williams, new project. Here it is. Okay, let's see if we can get it to show. Look at. See if I can. Oh, what the heck! I wanted to see if I could make it a little bigger. Oh well, we'll just deal with it anyway. This is his quality of his videos. See if I can make. I know you guys can't hear it, but I don't think you guys can hear it. Crazy quality for one guy on his laptop to create. Anyway, that's kind of fun. I don't think you guys can hear it, but yeah, that's his quality stuff, man. Yeah, amazing, right? I was just watching on my big screen. But yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to find on my desktop, but no problem on your thing. Anyway, yeah, check that out. Unkita token. But yeah, come join me. We're going to further this conversation. Look, it's Wednesday, not looking too bad. Certainly could be worse. We're still above the 200-week moving average. I'll take that. And come join me on the GM Opening Bell Crypto. No, sorry, geez. This is Opening Bell Crypto, the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. We've been doing it for almost 5 years. Come join, come talk, and appreciate everyone supporting me over here. And we'll see everyone here tomorrow on the GM Bitcoin or Opening Bell Crypto. Join me right now over on that space if you want to. We'll talk some more Unkita and everything else.